Marshall knew that nothing lasted forever in life. There was an end to everything. Day turns to night. Summer turns to winter. And life eventually becomes death. Marshall had never thought he would deal with the concept of death at such a young age, but here he was at his best friend's funeral. He tugged at the collar of his tux, trying to ignore the itchy feelings as he watched others mingle or say their farewells to the open casket. It was a miracle that Ryder managed to hire good enough morticians and doctors to heal Chase's body so it could be was still some scaring, but compared to what he was when the truck hit him it was a miracle to even see his face clearly. Closing his eyes, Marshall felt tears return as he raised a paw to his heart in an effort to stop the pain, but it did nothing. The memory of seeing his friend right there, clear as day, and then getting hit instantly a second later to his doom had haunted him for days. The sight of Chase, lying there motionless, with his entire body broken and bleeding in a state of ruin, still managed to get a rise of bile to his throat before he forced it down. The only comfort he took was that Chase died on impact and felt very little pain before he was gone. He glanced at the others who were just as miserable as him. Zuma was being comforted by a teary-eyed Rocky while patting the sobbing lab on the back. Rubble was being held by Ryder, who Marshall had never seen cry so much as today. It wasn't a surprise considering Chase was his first dog and his oldest friend. He, Chase, and Marshall had all started Paw Patrol together. There was always a close bond between the three of them. And Sky? Sky was there by his side, looking at Chase alongside him. She had been the most support for him since Chase died, which was both a blessing and a curse. He had long kept his feelings for Sky a secret for so long that not even Chase knew of them. One night, when he had a nightmare and she came to comfort him, he couldn't help but kiss her. That kiss was returned and then nightmares soon stopped. The team didn't know yet, they both agreed to wait a while to announce their new love. It was awkward to suddenly have a girlfriend during a moment of tragedy, but there were often stories of lovers coming together during such times. And to think, I was all about to give up on asking her. He continued to watch citizens of Adventure Bay head towards the dark oak casket, surrounded by flowers of all kinds. He hadn't yet said his final goodbyes yet, but he was working towards it. When Alex and his grandfather finally left the casket in tears, Sky nudged him forward, which gave him the boost he needed to walk to the casket. Chase lay inside a white velvet cover while dressed in Paw Patrol outfit, the way he would have wanted to be buried. His police cap was positioned under his folded paws over his chest, and despite the painful death he had been given, his face looked like one of utter peace. Marshall didn't know if there was a heaven that they all went to or nothing awaited them in the great beyond, but the point was Chase felt no pain and was forever at peace. Chase. Marshall choked up a bit as he struggled to say something. He had given a speech earlier about Chase, but why did it feel so hard to do now? You were my brother, my best friend. I think I speak for everyone when I say there won't be another honorable or brave leader like you. Ryder, he's offered me to take leadership of the team. I've decided to take it because I think you would have wanted it. Taking a deep breath, he stood as straight as possible and saluted to the corpse. I promise I won't let you down, buddy. Take a good long rest and, hopefully we'll meet again. He leaned down to kiss his friend's forehead goodbye before turning around to talk to the others while waiting for the burial to begin. However, unbeknownst to Marshall, the pups, or anybody there, a mysterious cloaked figure walked towards the casket. It was an elderly English golden retriever with one pale eye staring at Chase with a toothy grin. Said set of teeth was missing a few too. She wore a purple cloak with a hood covering half her face as she strolled forward as if on smoke. Nobody paid any attention to her, despite her standing out. She stared at the body and smirked, "Oh dear. It seems you've fallen to a terrible fate, haven't you?" She slowly drew out a single item. A paw. A monkey's paw that was fully closed. You left this, I'm afraid. Nobody escapes their fate or their sins. Not even in death. She gently laid the cursed item right beside Chase's head on his pillow and chuckled. Sleep well, my friend. Sleep well. And thank you for visiting my store. And with that she left. Nobody noticed the paw lying there in the casket. Not when the final prayers were said and the casket was closed. It and Chase lay there in silence as he was slowly buried in his grave. He and the paw would remain together, both in life and in death.
Seend.
Hallo und willkommen neu und hallo Leute, ich bin jetzt wieder da und jetzt komme ich mit den guten Nachrichten. Die guten Nachrichten sind, dass alles ist gut gegangen, bis wir alles mal fertig gemacht haben. Also Leute, und hoffentlich hat euch diese Geschichten gefallen, was ich eigentlich nicht gemacht habe. Aber dass ich mit dem Audio, was ich für ein Audio gemacht habe und mit dem Soundeffekt, was ich auch gemacht habe für den Hintergrund, für den Geräuschen. Der nächste Geschichte wird alles gemacht, werde ich euch alles auf Twitter updaten, was ich dort für ein was ich mache. Wisst ihr, was mein Twitter-Account ist? Und in der Beschreibung seht ihr unter meinen Kanalname, wenn ihr dort schaut, dort mit diesem Livestream, es sind unten in der Beschreibung, dort sind alle meine Social Medias wie Discord, Twitter und Twitch. Ja, Twitch macht auch dort Livestreams. Und ja, ihr könnt auf Discord oder auf Twitter mir Fragen sagen, weil ich bin nicht so ganz erreichbar. Aber wenn ich beim Discord nicht da bin, wenn ich dann total nicht da bin, ihr weiß schon sicher ein paar Sachen beim Discord. Aber ja, das war's für eine Geschichte gewesen. Ja, hoffentlich werde ich euch bald ein Update geben auf den Twitter. Und ja Leute, heute schon mein Tag vorbei mit neuen Livestreams und wir sehen uns morgen wieder für die nächsten Geschichte. Und tschüss!